I never thought a single dinner could expose everything my family believed about me. Not until the night my father tried to throw me out of his own house and accidentally destroyed his own reputation instead. My name is Ethan. I'm 29. And for most of my life, I was the disappointment. Not officially, of course. They never said it directly, but it showed in the comparisons. My older sister Claire was the golden child. Law school, perfect grades, engagement by 26. My younger brother Noah was the prodigy. Tech startup, interviews, articles written about him. And me? I worked online. That's how my dad explained it to people, with a polite smile that barely hid the embarrassment. He does something on the computer. The truth? I ran a cybersecurity firm. Quietly, privately. Most of my clients were corporations you'd recognize instantly, the kind that don't advertise when they've been breached. But my family didn't know that. They never asked. Last Sunday was my dad's retirement dinner. Big event, 40 guests, his colleagues, neighbors, extended family. A rented hall, catered food, speeches planned out. I showed up in a simple black shirt and jeans. No watch, no flashy car, no attempt to prove anything. Within 10 minutes, I heard it. So Ethan, one of my dad's coworkers, asked loudly, "What do you actually do?" Before I could answer, my father laughed. "Oh, he's still figuring that out." A few people chuckled. I didn't respond. I was used to it. Dinner went on. Speeches started. My sister talked about discipline. My brother talked about innovation. Then my dad stood up for his final speech. He thanked everyone, talked about his career, his legacy, and then, for some reason, he decided to include me. "My youngest," he said, smiling. "Well, every family has one who takes a little longer to find their way." The room laughed again. Something in me snapped, not anger, just clarity. I stood up. "Actually," I said calmly, "I think I've found my way." The room quieted slightly, but my dad waved his hand. "Sit down, Ethan. Don't make this about you." I didn't sit. "You're right," I said. "Let's make it about truth instead." Now the room was silent. I pulled out my phone and walked to the projector screen they were using for slides. "Do you still have that HDMI connected?" I asked my brother. He frowned, confused, but nodded. I plugged in. A dashboard appeared on the screen. Clean, minimal, numbers updating in real time. "What is that?" someone whispered. "My work," I said. I tapped once. A company name appeared. Then another. Global banks, healthcare systems, government contractors. "I provide security infrastructure," I said. "These are active clients." My dad stepped forward, his smile gone. "Ethan, turn that off, now!" I didn't. Instead, I zoomed into one entry. A company logo filled the screen. Several of my dad's coworkers gasped because it was their company. "You had a breach last year," I said calmly. "Ransomware attempt. You never found the source." My dad's boss stood up. "How do you know that?" "I stopped it," I replied. The room shifted. The laughter was gone. My father's voice hardened. "This is inappropriate. You're embarrassing yourself." I looked at him. "No," I said quietly. "I've been letting you do that for years." Then I tapped again. A contract appeared. Signed, dated. A monthly retainer figure showed in bold. $180,000 per month. Someone dropped a glass. My sister whispered, "That's not real." "It is," I said, "and that's just one client." Silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. My dad looked around the room, then back at me. "You're lying," he said, but his voice wasn't steady anymore. I shook my head. "I stayed quiet because I didn't need your approval," I said, "but I'm done being your joke." I unplugged my phone. The screen went black. No applause, no dramatic reaction, just stunned faces and shifting eyes. I walked back to my seat, grabbed my jacket, and headed for the exit. No one stopped me. Not my sister, not my brother, not even my dad. The next morning, I woke up to 23 missed calls, mostly from family. One voicemail from my father. His voice was different, smaller. "Ethan, I didn't know. Call me back." I didn't. 2 days later, I got an email. Subject line: apology. It was long, careful, full of words he'd never used before. Pride, regret, respect. I read it once, then archived it. Because the truth is, I didn't need him to understand me anymore. I already built a life where I didn't have to explain my worth, and for the first time, that was enough.